What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy Mikey Trades, and today I want to go over something pretty important. I want to pretty much explain to you how brokers operate and essentially the differences between your options. So essentially, guys, there are two primary different types of brokers. You're going to have brokers that book you, which, as you can see, an booked broker simply means that you are going to be connected directly to the liquidity provider. What that means is that your broker will actually connect you to what's called the interbank forex market. Okay, now that's where you place a trade on your broker, and then the trade actually gets sent to the market. Now, brokers tend to actually make money on the trade commissions regardless if you win or lose. So an booked broker is going to be your best bet. They don't have any conflicts of interest, and they are not out to get you. If you're new to forex, you're like, bro, what are you talking about out to get me? This industry can be very cutthroat. Now, transitioning over to what a book broker is, you're not going to be connected to the liquidity provider like an book would. So whenever you place a trade on a booked broker, orders are going to be processed in-house. So what that means is that the brokers only make money when you lose. So brokers actually lose money when you make money. Now that means you're going to be more prone to stop hunts and deception. Okay, so there are conflicts of interest with books. Now, granted, books only make money over time with credibility, so it's gonna kind of be your hit or miss. Not every book broker is a bad broker, so I don't want you to have that connotation. But it's important that you understand how they actually operate. So, books connect you to the liquidity provider, books don't. Okay, and you'd be more prone to stop hunts and deception, things like that. Now, secondly, the two things you need to be aware about after book and book are now regulated and unregulated. So a regulated broker essentially means that there is no centralized body that governs the currency trading market. Now, instead, there are several governmental and independent bodies that supervise forex trading around the entire world. So, for example, in the United States, the regulatory bodies are the NFA, the National Futures Association, and the CFTC, which is the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. Okay, now if a US-based broker has these two licenses with the NFA and the CFTC, they are what you call regulated. Now, a regulated broker a regulated broker is considered more trustworthy, but there are limitations with access to leverage and tradable assets. So, you're going to have more limitations. It's going to be harder for you, to essentially trade all the different kind of markets you may want to trade. Whereas an unregulated broker, they do not operate under the jurisdiction of any financial regulatory body. So this just really means that there are no rules, no regulations to follow when providing forex services. Granted, there's pros and cons to both, right? Now, unregulated brokers are considered less trustworthy. However, you're going to have minimal limitations and access to higher leverage and different markets and tradable assets. So unregulated brokers can still be licensed, whereas some can be total scams and may permit you to withdraw your funds. So unregulated brokers would be preferred if you trade commodities or indices. All you really need to do is find a trustworthy, credible, unregulated broker to do so. So I hope this video did, give you some insights. books did connect you directly to a liquidity provider. books don't. Regulated, by the way, in the US, you can only legally trade a regulated broker, based off the CFTC. But with unregulated brokers, you essentially generally make your deposits with Bitcoin. And, since it's not illegal to trade unregulated where they're from, as long as you have access to it and a little bit about that broker, you can do it. You're not going to have the IRS coming after you and stuff like that. It's just a matter of it with the regulations. Unregulated brokers are not regulated by the CFTC or the NFA, and a lot of the times it's just due to pricing. These regulatory bodies, these licenses cost millions and millions of dollars, tens of millions, hundreds of millions. The price is insane. I couldn't even give you an exact number, but it's not cheap. So essentially, I would recommend when you're beginning off trading Forex, if you don't have a trustworthy unregulated broker, just stick to a regulated broker. You can Google it. You can see like owandaforex.com, all these different kinds of brokers, but you're not going to be able to trade like gold, US 30, NASDAQ, things like that. And regulated brokers in the US cap you at a 1 to 50 leverage. I'm not going to get into leverage too much in this video. It's just literally designed to explain to you the different kinds of brokers and the difference between regulated and unregulated. My following video will break down leverage and how that actually works. So I hope this video found you well. I hope you learned something today. If you enjoyed, show some love, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.